This episode is brought to you by Nana's Deli. Attention food lovers, have you been to Nana's Bistro yet? If not, you're missing out. Nana's Deli has just unveiled their newly renovated dine-in space and it's ready for you to enjoy. The updated menu has all your favorites plus a new star, Food Czar Flats, served with every salad, sandwich, or grill order. But let's not forget the classics that made Nana's famous. Their mouth-watering tuna, legendary sloppy joes, hearty soups, and that unbeatable pastrami sandwich. This is comfort food done right. Got a special occasion? Nana's Bistro is perfect for private events, birthdays, anniversaries, or just because. You name it, they'll make it unforgettable. Since 1981, Nana's has been a tradition, and they're still going strong. And if you're in Jersey City, you already know, Nana's is there too, bringing their signature flavors to your neighborhood. So what are you waiting for? Stop by Nana's, enjoy your favorites, and don't forget those Food Czar Flats. Nana's Deli, serving tradition, flavor, and love since 1981. Mention Food Czar Podcast to receive 10% off your next order. Go to nanasdeli.com for more information. This episode is sponsored by Likeware, the team that created my Food Czar logo and merch. I've worked with them personally, and they made the whole process super easy and professional. Likeware specializes in custom spirit wear and logo wear for schools, events, fundraisers, and even podcasts. They handle everything from design and printing to online stores and fulfillment using top quality brands. They may be based in Delray Beach, Florida, but they ship nationwide and offer free shipping on orders over 50 pieces. Visit likeware.com or email info@likeware.com to get started. Likeware. Wear what you like. Mention Food Czar Podcast to receive a discount on your next order.
This is Behind the Counter.
Behind the Counter
with the Food Czar. Here's Heidi.
Welcome back to another episode of Behind the Counter with the Food Czar, which is me, Heidi Blum. And this episode is for, I'm going to say, the Truffle Lovers Club, which I am a proud member of, because I am sitting with the Truffleist owner, Jimmy Kunz. So welcome, Jimmy.
Let's go. Let's talk truffles, baby.
Jimmy is raring and ready to go. We are actually in Brooklyn at his brand new, amazing, hip and cool and delicious Rita's Pizza and Provisions in Greenpoint, Brooklyn. That's right. You got me to Brooklyn, Jimmy.
I love New Jersey.
No, you don't. I mean, you don't. You said you didn't. Come on.
No, that's not true.
Listen, this has been, we planned this a while ago. Thank you to our friend Jason, who owns the truffle spot. Isn't that funny? The Nugget spot, which is, of course, one of my favorites, which everybody knows in Chatham, New Jersey. So thank you, Jason, for setting this up. But now it's about Jimmy.
Totally. I'm Jimmy Truffles. We're right here in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, doing some really special pizza and just being super nice, living the tagline of love is the recipe. So we're a family-friendly establishment where everyone can come in and have a good time, and great soft serve and super nice high-end ingredients on pizza. So we're doing things a little bit differently here.
It's amazing, and first of all, I love that tagline, love is the recipe, because it really is. Right?
Well, we named the joint after my grandma Rita.
I know, which is amazing. We're going to get into Rita's, but first I want to talk about Jimmy, right? So you grew up in New York, right? In a culinary household, I would say, correct?
Yes. New York City, what a place to grow up in. And definitely a fun upbringing with my dad being a great celebrity chef and being exposed to great food growing up at a young age. So that kind of mélange, so to say, of, hole-in-the-wall eats and the diverse culinary experience of New York City and great ethnic food and being able to try all the flavors of the world right here at home, in combination of being able to eat dad's high-end food was definitely a yummy childhood.
I'm sure. So, let's just talk about your dad for a quick second. So for people who don't know who your dad is, I think it's pretty interesting.
It's important.
It's important because it really is. It is important because it probably is the basis of why you are where you are today. So why don't you just give a little bit of a background of who your dad is so then we can dive into your experience and how you got here.
Totally. Gray Kunz is my dad, or was my dad. He's no longer with us, unfortunately, but he was a well-known chef. His last restaurant was in Asia at the Upper House Hotel called Cafe Gray Deluxe. He's very famous for the Kunz spoon.
I know.
Which has a whole cult following.
And the Kunz spoon, if I'm not mistaken, is he invented the spoon, and is it what makes that spoon so special?
It's just the perfect serving balance spoon, and it's just like a wonderful tool, whether it's at-home chef or,
And was that missing from like the line of spoons? I mean, I'm just curious.
Yeah, it's just like perfectly balanced. The actual measurement of the actual spoon is
part.
like the perfect for drizzle. It's just an incredible tool.
And that's such a good name, the Kunz spoon.
Shout out to JB Prince. That's the only place to buy it.
Oh, that's interesting.
So be careful out there because last year there was some knockoffs on Amazon. So just make sure when you're buying the Kunz spoon to get the authentic
Kunz spoon
sold by JB Prince, which also has amazing kitchen tools. But yeah, Dad was a legend. He was definitely my role model, best friend, and all of the things.
Did you work in his restaurants?
Definitely not.
I did not think that was going to be the answer.
No, we enjoyed cooking at home together, making tomato sauce, and he just loved steak and pasta bolognese and simple things. So we had fun together. At the time, my parents had a house in the Hudson Valley, so we did a lot of cooking.
Very
there
hippie of them back then, right?
Yeah.
Now.
They got it before that whole wave in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And then during COVID, my mom sold it when my dad passed. So that chapter is closed.
Okay.
The
So
house.
you grew up where in the city? Like which section of the city?
First half of New York life, Midtown East, 49th, between 2nd and 3rd. That was convenient for Dad with Les Pinas and that first restaurant he had. And then I went to the same school as Jason, Eunice, United Nations International School. And then when I was 12, my parents moved to Cobble Hill.
Okay.
So, and it's always been a dream to live in Greenpoint. So the progression, I did a little 7-year Astoria, Queens shout out.
Yeah.
Great Greek food.
Yes.
But it's always been a dream to live in Greenpoint. It's just such a beautiful neighborhood and has really transformed. You still have those old Polish roots, but this section of Greenpoint's pretty poppin' now.
It is a Polish section here. Is that
correct?
Yeah, I noticed when we were driving in. So you went to the United Nations High School, right? And then did you go to college?
I did not.
That's okay. Wasn't a trick question. So what did you do after high school?
I just worked. I was trying to did that year off, figure out. I was looking at hotel schools in Switzerland.
Oh, interesting.
And was going to explore that, and then ended up not going to do that.
Did you want to be in the culinary world, or you were just trying to figure out where you should be?
Well, that's a great question. I was trying to figure out where to be, and I knew I didn't want the life kind of my dad had, of just always being
in a kitchen.
Correct. So that's where I finally ended up realizing that through some small kitchen jobs, and then I sold salami for 2 years for a small brand, and then I started Truffleist. So I like CPG, packaged goods. So, whether it be your ramp vinaigrette or truffle products, that kind of allows you to be in the culinary space without the crazy hours.
Yeah, the commitment.
It has its own battles.
Yeah.
It's also very difficult to get on the shelf and to push that, but I think we were lucky with our timing. We started Truffleist in 2013. It was kind of that boom of like everyone in Brooklyn, everyone and their mom was making a jam or something cool,
Yeah.
right? And there's some that have stayed active and have pushed through. Queen Majesty's, shout out to her, Old Schmorg vendor, or Brooklyn Deli, Pipcorn, just naming a few, Cocktail Crate, Tango Hot Sauce. Those were all kind of our packaged good people at Smorgasburg. So kind of the DNA of starting out Truffleist was make truffle butter, our flagship one, which is an incredible product that we only make 500 jars a year now of just black winter truffles, butter, and sea salt. And we would push that to specialty shops and then sell at Smorgasburg on the weekends.
Yeah.
So that was kind of the all.
So when you started Truffleist, is that when Smorgasburg started? Because that was like the hottest. I mean, everyone from New Jersey, that's where everyone was going, even like on the weekends. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh yeah, that was super poppin'. Well, I'd done it for the salami guy for shout out to Charlito's Cocina too. Great brand, still around. Yeah, it was right in that real peak, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still popping and doing really well there. But that really helped us, and I love doing that. Now we're really focused on just holiday markets.
Yeah.
And last season we did 10 pop-ups, 8 in New York, 1 in Boston, and 1 in DC.
Wow.
6 of them being Truffleist retail booths, and then 4 food concepts. So I guess it was inevitable to then also do more prepared food. So we launched Cheesesteaks by the Truffleist in 2014, a year after starting Truffleist itself. We noticed that there still is a little bit of education on truffle and how to use it.
Yeah.
Balancing that intense flavor. And I've always loved cheesesteaks growing up. So I had a dinner party, it's grinding, and I was just inviting people over and basically every other week doing a cool dinner party. And I did cheesesteaks, one of those, and people were like, "Where's the truffle stuff?" So that's kind of how that was born. Then we ended up doing Smorgasburg, and then Madison Square Eats, and then holiday markets with that. So that was kind of still around. You can catch cheesesteaks every winter, pending getting in, obviously.
Yeah. Getting into the market, you mean? Yeah.
Bryant Park Winter Village.
Yeah.
And
so did you have there at Bryant Park?
Yes.
Yeah.
So Bryant Park had the pizza booth, cheesesteaks, and the retail, so I had the 3 booths there, and that's really good. We deconstructed that sandwich and made it bougie.
Yeah.
Fresh bread. Steak comes fresh cut every day from a butcher, and bechamel, caramelized onion. So every step of the sandwich, we just took that and I think made it better.
Yeah.
Even though I love the one from the street cart, don't get
Totally,
me wrong.
of course, that's the OG.
Or
Yeah.
shout out to Philly and how they do it.
Yeah.
We just did a little bit of a European elevated twist on it.
Yeah. Well, if you're adding truffle to it too.
Shaved truffles, baby.
Yeah, I mean, that's the best. So let's talk about the truffle part of it. Were you a truffle lover? Is that how you started the Truffleist? Were you like...
Absolutely. So through a connection, thanks to Dad,
Yep.
my uncle Steven, not blood uncle.
Yeah, Frunkle.
His
Like a friend uncle.
His last name's Falango. He is the epitome of Brooklyn Italian American. My uncle, my best friend, also my dad's best friend. So he's like pseudo dad now for me. He actually helped me start Truffleist, and we bought a pound of truffles. We made some truffle butter together, and we just gave it out.
Where'd you get the truffles from? Like, are you getting your truffles from Italy? Are you getting them from...
That first initial batch, it depends really, but mainly when we're talking about truffle butter, they're usually black winter truffles from either France or Australia, believe it or not,
Wow.
or Spain. So that's kind of how it started. It was just like, let's make truffle butter for our fridge and for gifts. And then Steven was like, you should just sell this. And was no business plan. There was nothing figured out.
Sometimes it's the best way, though, right?
He was like, "Here's a pad to create invoices and get on your scooter and go sell it and see what happens." And then that first year was definitely, a challenge to build a full truffle line and then kind of really go to market. And the DNA of the growth has always been based on holiday markets.
Sure.
They're kind of our main thing besides wholesale. So
were you, when you had the butter, right? So the first time you guys roll out the butter, were you like, we're onto something?
Wow. I don't think anyone's ever asked that question. I think it was more like, okay, leverage the connections I had through selling salami.
Yeah.
And I was in a good place knowing the holiday market organizers and all the small little independent shops. I think it was more
Like, here's an add-on.
more hustle and grit and determination. I don't think I even thought of it that way when I first started. I was like, this is incredible product and like it's very different than what's on the market.
Sure.
But I don't think there was ever like a aha moment.
Yeah.
I think as we went on and built more shelf stable kind of truffle oil, truffle honey, that's when I was like, all right, we can make a business out of this. So that came a little bit later.
Right.
Flagship truffle butter is, you can't buy it in regular stores. It's too expensive to produce and too expensive to sell. So we only produce that seasonally.
And where does somebody get that?
You can order it on our website.
Okay.
And at our holiday market.
I gotcha. Okay.
It's exclusive, baby.
I was going to say, where does someone like me get that? So,
Right.
I have a couple truffle questions for you, and then I want to go to the product line of the Truffleist. Because okay, so there's the winter, so it's black winter truffle, but there's also white truffle, correct?
Totally.
Is that the summer truffle?
No, so the whites, it's tough. There's so many different varieties.
Okay, so
really.
it's not as easy that I'm saying it. Yeah,
But
and I'm
you-
like, here's like the dumbest question. Does the U.S. have truffles?
They do. I did a little visit to Oregon to that truffle festival out west. The domestic truffles are good. They're not on the European level of quality. It's a different species.
Yeah.
But I guess starting from the top, you have the OG, the white truffles from Piedmont. That season's very short. They're the highest price point. The texture is smoother. They're like almost softer than the black truffles.
Okay.
They're about 3-4x the price of black winter truffles, and super aromatic, super great. I love them. I find their price point too aggressive to have too much fun with.
Got it. Okay. So do you stay with the black?
We stay with the black.
Okay.
So then the tier down in second place, let's say, is black winter truffles. Like I said, Spain, Perigord is really where they're from, France, and also Australia. So you have more options.
I see.
Sure,
Okay.
they have whites in Croatia, and there's, just like olive oil, just like a lot of things.
Yes.
There's, truffles are kind of like drugs. It's there's a lot of corruption in
I'm
it,
sure.
and you have to make sure your supplier is legit. And since we're a manufacturer, everything has to be really locked in. So black winters are my favorite.
Okay.
I love microplaning them over shaving them. They just kind of
that's different. Yeah.
exfoliate. So later we'll have a mushroom white slice with
Yum.
the black winter truffles, the tail end of that season.
Yeah.
So now in third place, you kind of have your summer / burgundy, which is a different variety, but summer truffles are way more approachable. They're also a lot of fun, flavor profile, very different than the black winter. They're more brown on the inside, whereas the black winter are super dark black when they're fully ripe. Truffles are very perishable.
Yeah.
It's very much, climate and yield driven.
Yep.
So it's a crazy commodity just because the the price fluctuates so much.
It reminds me sort of like of wine in a sense, right? It depends on the soil, depends on the climate, it depends on, right? A lot of it,
Totally.
yeah. So have you ever gone on a truffle hunt?
I did. I did
That seems so interesting with the dogs.
Oh man, I love dogs. Did it in Tuscany a couple years ago. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We got a bunch of small guys. Timing wasn't great.
Sure.
But it was more for the fun of it, and amazing to see how trained the dogs are. And
Wild.
we had this truffle hunter. She was like Laura Croft, like beautiful Italian lady with the dog is gorgeous. The scenery's gorgeous.
Yelling out in Italian.
I was
Yeah.
like, then there's the truffles, and then we went to a small little town and had some pasta with truffles on it. And I was like, I could get used to this.
Yeah. So the product line it's the butter, it's truffle oil, honey with truffle honey, we're going to call it, truffle mustard, truffle sauce, and a truffle hot sauce.
Correct. We have a little bit more than that.
Oh, well, what else? What did I miss? I mean, first of all, you have to be impressed that I just rattled off that entire list.
You did your homework.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm impressed.
I'm profesh. Thank you. What did I miss? What else do we have?
We have truffle everything seasoning, which is a cool collab with
Oh,
Green
the salts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
salt. We have a cool collab with Schaller Weber, which is a truffle bratwurst and truffle mousse de foie gras. They currently sell that. We just supply them the truffle.
Yeah.
What did you miss? Well,
Oh.
our wonderful little 3-packs, our little trio mini sampler set. We also have a really nice gift boxes. Truffle salami. You forgot the
Really?
salami.
I didn't even. You can never forget the salami. Come on. You also have. This is still research. You did a schmear. Am I correct? With black seed bagel.
Oh, yeah. I love those guys. We're buddies, and that collab was really cool.
Was it a cream cheese or a butter?
It was a cream cheese.
Yeah.
A schmear, as you said.
Yeah, I was right with the schmear.
It's delicious.
First of all, a truffle schmear. It sounds delicious.
You want to hear something fun?
Sure.
Our second product that got discontinued quickly was truffle cream cheese.
Why? Why did it get discontinued?
At the time, we just didn't have the capacity to produce it with a long shelf life.
Yeah.
So we just made like a couple small batches of it, and it was really good. So it was cool to do this collab with Matt and the whole Black Seed team. They're a powerhouse brand, and all of our food service customers are super important. And then it's amazing when it lines up when we're pals and we cross promote. And truffle cream cheese, I think, has legs.
I think so too. I mean,
think every bagel shop in New Jersey and New York City,
let's bring it.
should get on board. And the truffle sauce is what they used, and it's kind of a mix.
Oh, so like a bagel. Let's use black seed, right?
Yeah.
So they have their cream cheese. They make their cream cheese. They make it with your truffle sauce. You're not making it and giving it to them. They're making it, correct?
Correct.
Yeah, that's easy for a bagel shop, right?
So our truffle sauce is so good, and all they got to do is just mix the truffle sauce into their plain cream cheese.
I'm curious. So, there's the people, like I said, I'm part of the I Love Truffles Club. Like, I love truffle, right? Give it to me on anything. I love it. Some people don't, right? So how do you get someone in the I Don't Love Truffle Club over to the I Love Truffle Club?
Great question. We experience this a lot at our holiday markets. Couple comes in and one person is like truffle lover and the other person's like, I don't touch it. And that's fine. I think the ratio is 90 to 10, so I think we're lucky.
Yeah.
I think it usually comes from past bad experience, over truffled.
Over truffled. That's
so
a thing.
The balance has to be there. And I think what happens is that maybe they OD'd on a truffle item and then they're tasting it the rest of the day. And again, there is, going back to the fresh and the package,
Yep.
there's a huge difference in flavor profile of fresh truffle
Yep.
and flavor profile in a truffle oil, truffle honey.
So interesting. So if I'm in Costco,
Yeah.
right, and sometimes they sell the truffle in the jar or they sell the truffle salt.
Yes.
Is that a good truffle?
Well,
I don't know what the brand is. I don't know what, is that too random of a question?
no, I want to say no because it's not ours, but I got love for everyone else who's making truffle
Yeah.
products in the space. So, no, I think having truffle products is amazing
Yeah.
because one, the shelf life is long. You get that taste of truffle without having to deal with the price of fresh,
Yep.
the perishability issues. So I guess to that 10% who doesn't love truffle, to kind of really answer your question, go splurge. Go get a fresh truffle. And
Yeah.
then like really look at a recipe if you're going to use truffle products, and a little bit goes a long way.
Right, go
And
light.
Maybe it was over truffled. Maybe the flavor, it wasn't. I really like to pair truffles with mushrooms and enhance that and have it be a hint.
Yes.
So maybe they got bombarded with OD on truffle and it didn't go well for their palate.
It's such a good thing because a good point, because a lot of restaurant, truffle is like it's like a hot like item that people put in there. Like, oh, we're gonna go to this restaurant. They have truffle pasta, but that doesn't mean that number one, the truffle is of good quality, right? Wherever the restaurant is. Number two, you don't know that the restaurant is applying it correctly with the right balanced flavors, or they may be over truffling, right? Because then it's like on some menus, if you're paying as a customer, you could be paying more because it's a truffle pot, right? I mean, it's one of those things. There's not a lot of truffle control.
Correct.
Yeah.
Maybe the best way to talk about truffle balance is think of it as salt. Too little, yikes. Too much, super yikes.
Yes.
So you got to find that sweet balance.
So what's next for the Truffleist? Is there a new product coming out? What's the goal for the Truffleist?
Man, I don't know if I can tell you today.
Really? I want an exclusive. I'm trying. Let me phrase it another way. No, I'm just kidding.
No, we're doing some R&D currently of trying to jump into the snacking space a little bit.
Oh, interesting.
So we have some certain items that are seasonal in and outs for our holiday market stores, like a really nice truffle goat cheese that Valley Shepherd Creamery makes.
Yum.
Guess where they're based?
Where?
New Jersey.
Oh, come on, baby.
Let's go.
See? Now you're with me.
That's my boy. Shout out to Aaron at Valley Shepherd Creamery.
Where in Jersey? I know. All right, never mind. Doesn't matter.
South Jersey, North Jersey, exit 43.
Off the Parkway.
I don't know. So we're looking for a more permanent kind of cheese staple.
Okay.
That's been trying to figure out the right cheese maker to, send some truffles to and produce a cheese. So we're talking to Aaron about maybe a hard cheese for this holiday season that could also maybe be a staple for us to wholesale. So salami is good, cheese is good. We're working on that, and then potentially potato chips and popcorn. You guessed it right.
I knew it was coming. I knew it. That's insane.
You're a G.
Thank you.
You got it.
I got it. I'm with the program. I think I'm going to come work for the Truffleist. I think popcorn would be amazing.
Popcorn, chips, top selling snacks in America.
Yes.
It opens up avenues that we're not really in: rest stops, gas stations, mini bars at hotels, cruise. So
it's really endless.
But
yeah,
it's for our home base first, our amazing, loyal, shout out clientele that comes every holiday season and shops at our stores. So
yep.
Just wanted to say they get dibs.
I'm with you. I think I'm part of that now, by the way.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, fine. So the products that you have currently, you're selling to the consumer like me, and then do restaurants buy it and use it in their, is that the goal too? Like when you say wholesale, I know that you're selling the products in markets too, not just
Sure.
the holiday markets, like in markets. I told you I had your mustard. I bought it somewhere in Asbury Park. So, is the goal also to have restaurants use your products in their cooking?
100%. That's
Yeah.
what we've been focusing on mainly in the past 3 years. We've always sold to restaurants since we started, but selling to chefs and food service distribution has been a shout out. Just been great in the past 3 years. We've seen a lot of growth.
Yeah.
We jive with chefs. We're like a foodie recipe family kind of company.
Yeah.
And with my love of food, at the end of the day, I just want to eat and travel and
and meet people
meet
and
people.
all of it.
So
I love it.
selling to restaurants has been nothing but a pleasure.
Yeah.
I understand how difficult it is, to be in that space.
Yeah.
And what we want to do is provide a great quality product and great service and great packaging and at a very fair price. So we're seeing a lot of success selling our bulk truffle oil and our bulk truffle sauce to restaurants across the country now. And then the wholesale side of it is good. We have a great partnership with Fair. Shout out to them. So we have awesome specialty shops across the country that buy our products, and we love those mom and pop shops that are like very beautiful and cool, and they have maybe some sexy bowls and then hot sauce and truffle products. So that's huge. And then we have some key kind of specialty bigger stores, but yeah, the main focus is really selling bulk to restaurants. So, and we just jive well in that lane.
Yeah.
And we're being more focused on kind of picking our lanes.
Yeah. Well, I guess like the collab you did with Jason at the Nugget spot, that was a good. That's a
Jasonian. What a legend.
He's a legend.
Can you get to Chatham, New Jersey, everyone? This guy is a chef making nuggets
that are unbelievable. Let me just say that. They're amazing.
Fried, they're refried. The sauces. I mean, I love that guy. And
but that
was
collab, that was an amazing collab.
Totally.
Yeah.
So it's fun when you have friends in the space
Yeah.
and they're nice and they buy our stuff, and then we have a little fun marketing wise. And shout out to all those friends who don't buy our truffle products and have restaurants.
Yeah, where are you guys? What kind of friends are you?
No, it's all good. And I think that's, I don't know, I'm just more the merrier. I know we're not going to win everyone over.
Yeah.
And I'm just psyched to be able to present what we offer to restaurants and kind of build a nice relationship with the chef or the purchasing team. And at the end of the day, it's what the people want.
Yeah.
We're in hospitality, and that means we're here to serve the public.
Yeah.
And truffle adds value to your menu.
Sure.
So, and actually, at the end of the day, the restaurant has the best margin on it. You don't need to use a lot, and you can charge more. And
that's interesting.
It's what the people want. So it's cool.
Yeah.
It's groovy.
It's groovy, man. It is groovy.
So it's been fun.
So I guess let's pivot over to Rita's. That brings us to Rita's, where you actually get to use your own products in your amazing food that you're serving here. Yes?
Damn, Rita's, long time coming.
So Rita's is named after your mom.
Grandma.
Your grandma.
Yeah, Grandma Rita.
That's so nice.
She was a baller.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so nice. That means you had a good relationship with her if you are naming your restaurant.
Totally. My grandma, awesome Swiss-German lady from Beckenried, which is like Niedwalden, German side of Switzerland. My parents were very smart. They shipped my sister and I off every summer to spend a month in Switzerland with my grandparents.
Wow.
They co-owned and operated a small printing factory in Lausanne, which is right on the Lac Léman. Ouchy is the small town which I was born. So every summer, we get over there, and I would help Grandma do deliveries. They didn't have any money, but they just grinded. So she was just so inspirational to me. She was always so well-dressed and so charming and soft-spoken, had $1 million smile, and she led that. ship. So
Yeah.
she let Grandpa believe like he was the boss, but she was
The boss,
client
yeah.
facing, doing sales, making deliveries, and then give you like a little snippet of that touchy-feely stuff, right?
Yep.
That's what the listeners want, don't
Yes,
they?
they sure do.
So we would shop at the farmer's market together, and it was my favorite part of the week after kind of helping her with deliveries and chilling and whatever we were doing during the week. And we would get all these amazing fruit and cheeses, like stuff you can't find here. Switzerland keeps all their good stuff.
Smart.
And then we would always have an iced tea in like kind of the plaza where the farmer's market was with a couple of her girlfriends. And I just have that vivid memory of just like this little kid in Switzerland just chilling with grandma. And I really loved it.
Yeah.
And she was just so sweet. So I didn't realize till later how impactful and how inspiring and that thing was. And kudos to the parents, because the relationship with grandparents, not everyone gets.
Yeah.
So
I was going to say you're very lucky, first of all, to have those memories, which is so important. And then to honor her with this place is even more important. You know, it's amazing.
She also passed too early out of pancreatic cancer. So maybe we're going to figure out how to create some type of giving back.
I was going to say a fund or
Rita's.
something. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Give back.
You got to give back. Amen. You have to.
We're just another capitalist bastard in the
No,
car.
you are not. You are not that guy. You are not that guy.
So we're focusing on quality here. We have a lot of friends that produce amazing products, whether it be Schaller Weber and their Copa, which is on the Rita's menu. But more about Rita and the inspiration behind, we wanted to keep her name going. I'm kind of lucky with Dad that the spoon keeps his name alive.
Yes.
But with Grandma Rita, this is a family, fun, loving place, and
it's the decor is amazing because it's very retro, which I love, and the picture of, I don't know where it went, but the picture of her is beautiful. Amazing.
She's super polished.
Yeah.
So she would make these amazing jams with fresh farmers market fruit.
Right.
So, back in the day, they're pickling, they're preserving,
Yeah.
they're making the most of the seasons and stocking up on provisions. It's probably because they went through that thing called the war.
That little thing. Yeah.
But anyway, so the Rita pie is a take on her orange marmalade kind of caramelized onion reduction, has fontina, has super high-end duck prosciutto from Tempesta out of Chicago. It has a truffle mousse de foie gras as a finishing topping from Schaller Weber, which is that cool Truffleist collab. A little bit of shaved parm, some dried alpine flowers. It's basically duck à l'orange on a slice of pizza. So that's where the fancy palette kind of thing.
Was Grandma Rita your dad's mom?
Mom's mom.
Your mom's mom. Okay, got it.
That side.
And then the other pizza that you have, well, the two that I always see and look delicious is the onion soup pizza and the truffleist or the truffle pizza.
Well, let's hope so.
I hope. But I mean, it's not like you're just regular pizza that's here. Do you have other? What's on the bottom shelf? Are those sandwiches too?
Uh-oh.
I just spotted them.
Yeah, so we're expanding the menu. We have a Caesar on the menu now. We got sausage, onions, and peppers, hero, meatball, parm. On the weekends, we're doing an amazing bacon, egg, and cheese calzone. And we have mozzarella sticks. Rice balls are next. But so we have a little bit of a broad menu. But just the way I cook at home is like get the best ingredients and try to do less. So the mushroom white pie, that's a truffle bechamel. You have two different types of mushrooms. Mutz blend, piped on truffle whipped ricotta. Delish. And then the option for only $5. We undercharging for this baby. You can get freshly shaved truffles on a slice of pizza.
That's insane. That's insane. Who's not going to do that for $5, by the way?
You'd be surprised.
I know, but I'm just saying that's insane.
Yeah, so that's kind of that's a really good one. Obviously, that's kind of the truffleist inspired one. The French onion soup, I mean, who doesn't love a good French onion soup?
Seriously.
So we're going to be kind of tasting the world, so to speak.
Sure.
And there's a lot of like inspo. Today we're doing a little R&D on lahmacun, which is an Armenian-style pizza.
Okay.
We're going to be having monthly pizzas that highlights a packaged good brand. So up next, featuring Queen Majesty's hot sauce, will be a Jamaican jerk pie.
Wow, yum. Love
Chicken,
that.
maybe jackfruit. I don't know.
Oh, and you
Who
don't know.
knows?
I like the mystery of it. Yeah.
Right? And then she has a great Scotch bonnet ginger hot sauce. So we'll do drizzle. So we're going to have fun here. We're going to...
It's amazing.
But yeah, French onion soup, great. Everything you could dream of. Gruyere on there. We have Bunderfleisch, which is an air-dried beef, which is like a Swiss style.
Yeah.
On it. That's also from Schaller Weber. So that reminds me of Switzerland and toasted pancreas. So
Yeah, so
that
it's
one's
like
fun.
it's like so it's I mean, for people who are listening and coming to Greenpoint and need a place to come, this place is super inviting, number one. Number two, you're here, which is, I think, another reason. Number three, you know you're going to get, it's elevated pizza, but it looks like regular pizza. So it's not above anyone's palate. It's not above, you know what I'm saying?
Totally.
It's a very inviting, but it's elevated. I'm going to say it that way. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we still have our classics. We got New York cheese, and then we got a little bit for everybody.
You also have, is that beer? Beer taps?
Oh yeah, baby.
Oh my God, I may never leave. And then talk to me about the dessert, the ice cream you have.
First of all, great local beer from Finback, KCBC. Other
I
half,
love KCBC.
we have a nice bar.
Are they IPAs?
Yeah, we got some IPAs for you.
We may not leave.
You shouldn't. That's the point where you can just come in here
and just chill,
have a glass of wine and maybe a soft serve, and
so
just
the
enjoy
soft
the
serve.
space.
So the soft serve is from where?
There's a whole story behind that.
Okay.
So the milk comes from Vermont, this small dairy farm called Kingdom Creamery of Vermont. They
Okay.
have this amazing soft serve base that we buy directly from this farm.
Okay.
Maple creamies are a thing in Vermont. So we wanted to bring a taste of Vermont to Brooklyn. And Vermont
love
reminds me of Switzerland.
Oh, really?
Cheese,
Oh, yeah.
nature,
Okay, nature.
mountains,
Quiet.
pride,
Pride.
no billboards.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So that's a fun one. And we have a
That's
very
amazing.
baller kind of Sunday twist that's half maple, half vanilla. It's got all these crazy toppings. Really good Coops hot fudge, which is a small brand in Mass. So you'll see
Wow.
on our menu, people are highlighted like Ezzo pepperoni.
I
right?
gotcha, yeah.
Leone Mutts, shout out 18th Avenue.
So you're
in
always
Brooklyn.
bringing in all the partners that you have in your culinary world and paying credit to them too for making the amazing food that you have going on here.
The ordering is a nightmare because of this. Some direct vendors, some
Yeah.
distributors don't carry this. And I'm sorry, I want my friends, family, and the community and all the customers to enjoy it. And there's some non-negotiable, and the quality of the ingredients is what we're focusing on here.
Yeah.
And partnering with people who, why buy our truffle oil,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Might be a little bit more than kind of the master produced product. Of course, we're going to use the better pepperoni and the better mozzarella and people that we have relationships with, because if all these other customers are buying our better, maybe a little bit more expensive truffle oil or same price, why wouldn't I do that here?
Yeah.
And pizza at the end of the day is 3 ingredients. You can taste the difference.
Oh, yes, you can. For
So,
sure.
We're excited. People are already getting it in terms of come in, the parents have a couple glasses of wine, and then the kids have the soft serve, and they might just be coming in for dessert and
Yeah.
just to chill. So
Yeah, look at these guys. I don't know what time. I don't even
They're
know what
doing-
time it is. Yeah,
they're-
they're
they're
having a
doing
glass
it-
of wine, a beer, and they
they're
just
doing
ordered
it
some
all
food,
right.
Yeah, see? Yeah, it's
So-
amazing.
And then in terms of the interior, I had fun. I really like design stuff. I curated everything.
You could tell the jukebox is super cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Running around the butcher's counter got pulled from a butcher shop in Paris from the 20s. I found that at like an antique place, and I did a lot of box truck and cargo van and Facebook Marketplace to
Awesome.
do this kind of. I would say
Even the scooter outside is super cool.
she works.
Yeah. I love that she works.
I was driving her Friday.
That's amazing.
So, and then we have a little Ape, which is a 3-wheeler kind of catering vehicle,
Yeah.
which is
So
basically.
are you doing catering?
We are.
Okay. So at Rita's, you can eat in, you could take out, you can do catering. You could do anything.
You could have your baby shower. We have one coming
Oh.
up on the 27th.
They rent out the space?
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
And then the Ape, where we have a birthday party on the 4th, where we're going to go to their driveway and backyard and serve pizza out of their backyard.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm going to say as I'm going to wrap it up. Ready, Jimmy?
Let's wrap it up.
Okay. You are a pleasure. And you are. And I'm like so
Thank
happy
you.
I came and like we sat and talked today.
Yeah.
That's number one. Number two, you could tell you're very loyal to your friends and your friends in the same business, which I love because you've been shouting them out throughout the entire podcast, which not a lot of people do. And I admire that. Number three, your grandmother, Rita, would be super proud of you.
Oh, so sweet.
Your dad would be proud of you. I'm sure your mom would be proud of you too. And for any restaurants that are listening, because I do have restaurant listeners that are looking to dabble in adding some more flavors to their menus, you're the guy.
I would hope so.
I
yeah.
think so. I think that's my sell on that.
Totally.
And I don't even know what number I'm at, but I think for those who are looking to try truffle and maybe have not had the best experience, try it in small doses, slow, right? Slow and steady wins the race.
Absolutely.
Slow and steady wins the truffle race, I think. But I think that the Truffleist, because I know I've tried your products, are amazing.
Thank you.
I feel like truffles could take over the world.
Maybe.
Maybe. Maybe we'd be in better shape than we're in now. And I think Rita's, it looks like a success. Do you think you're going to look to do more than one Rita's or just sit with this for a little bit?
We're going to hang tight with this. I
Yeah,
have
good
other
idea.
kind of cool spin-off concepts of Rita's.
I like that.
We're going to be doing cheesesteaks here on the weekends, too, to make that loyal fan base happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're just so excited to have a home for Truffleist crew to come in and enjoy and entertain clients and friends and just chill.
Yeah.
And then all our amazing seasonal employees who've been working and grinding with us at holiday pop-ups to have a home base for them. And everyone in here has worked for us before at a holiday
really?
market.
That's awesome.
And
You can tell they're all very nice.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, really, we want to be the nicest.
Yeah, you are the nicest. I'm telling you seem to be the nicest. Oliver was very nice too.
He's a gem.
See, look at him waving.
Yeah, we're so lucky, and we really care and trying to just have a great environment for the crew and for customers.
Yeah,
and
that's the recipe for success.
Oh, let's hope.
I know, but I really feel like you. I personally just sitting here and seeing what's going on here and knowing your products and meeting you, I personally think that this is like really sort of like the beginning of a new beginning chapter. Does that even make sense? You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
No,
I'm
we're
excited to see where you take it.
Yeah, we're psyched to be here in Greenpoint and finally have a home base and just to have fun. Pizza. My one-liner is like the World Cup. It unites the world. It's also a blank canvas, and that's so cool. You can paint any picture on the dough and have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So we have a lot of cool things
And
that we're
love
working
is
on.
the recipe.
And love is the recipe, and
I love that.
that's the missing thing. Like what what is that X factor
Yeah.
after you've done all the things of curating good ingredients and executing it. It's really that extra care and love. That's
Sure.
why grandma's food
Yes.
is the best.
Always.
Because
Yes.
that's that X factor. So
Yeah.
we care.
Yeah. No, you could tell you care. So for anyone that's listening, if you see the Truffleist products in a store, pick it up. If you are at any of the holiday markets, I feel like my nose is running. If you're at any of the holiday markets, pick it up. And if you happen to be in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, or want to take a day trip, come to Rita's.
100%. Take the ferry, hop on an e-bike, take the G.
Yes.
Rita's is closer than you think if you don't live in the neighborhood. Walking distance from Williamsburg. But we're here. We're going to hug you. We're going to give you a sample of maple creamy, and we got some fun flavors
And
for
you're
you.
going to
everyone.
end up having a really good day. That's what I think.
Oh, yeah, because the neighborhood is so much fun.
And you're so much fun.
You probably won't want to leave Rita's.
I don't think I'm leaving Rita's.
Well,
How do you
we got
like that?
a lot of pizza to eat today.
I know, we do. It's time.
Bacon, egg, and cheese calzone. You
It's
ready?
time. It's time. Thank you so much for sitting with me today. What a pleasure you are, Jimmy
Thank you, Heidi.
Kunz. A pleasure.
Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you. If you are hearing this message, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. I'm truly grateful for you and this opportunity. The purpose of the Behind the Counter podcast is to bring food, people, and community together. I hope you'll return for more episodes and explore with me. I want to personally thank Fran Linnell of Design 68 for my amazing Behind the Counter podcast logo, and Travis Lohenberg for my awesome Behind the Counter music, and all the guests that take their time to sit and talk with me. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please leave a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you hear your podcasts. If you'd like to support the Behind the Counter podcast, please subscribe, share with your friends and family, and you can follow me on Instagram at Heidi Blum. If you have any feedback or stories that you want to share, you can email me at foodsarbtc@gmail.com.